here. It's been quite a while since I worked in my composition notebook art journal where I like to mess around with art supplies and stuff. Like there's markers and pens and gouache, all kinds. It's a little different than my other journals. But you know what? I think the next time I create a new journal, I'm gonna call it a smash book, a cosmic smash book, so that way I can put painting, I can put collage, I can put mixed media or whatever in it instead of trying to separate it all and just do what I feel like doing. And today I feel like this already got some on it, but that's okay. I feel like doing some watercolor on this page, and I did glue some pages together so that, because this journal is pretty thin and I wanted it to be able to take some water. Now most of my brushes need to be cleaned, so this one doesn't have a lot, it doesn't hold a lot of water, but I'm going to try to make do with it. And then after I put some watercolor down, I want to try to do some doodling or something. And I think, I don't know, this yellow is kind of calling to me a little bit, and it's got some green mixed in with it, but that's okay. And I do have a spray bottle here. I think I'm just going to spray it and see. Just put some more in there and see what happens. Don't want to get it too wet, but I think I already failed. So this is a pretty yellow, but it has some green. So let's just go with it. There's some green right here. Had some really pretty. Just put some water from my jar here too. So yeah, nice spring colors. That's a different color of green. And I think I'll go ahead and add some blue, and it will mix. Well, let's just see it mix, see what happens. That makes it a really nice green, actually. I like that. Just spread it around here. And I'm not really trying to do anything. I'm just looking at the watercolor palette, and I'm just adding some colors that I like. That is a little bit brighter of a yellow. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but it has a, well, in the palette, looks like it has a touch of orange in it, so I don't know. But let's go ahead and get a touch of orange. Put right here, see what happens. And let's bring some orange up here. Let's go ahead and spray it again. And it'll be fun to see what this looks like when it dries. yellow. I'm putting more down. I just want it to show up a little. You know, when it dries, it gets lighter, so. These not so much as regular watercolors. These are really bright to begin with, so. But I just want some real brightness in here. Okay. Let's use this color of green over here, a little bit different. Mix up my greens and my yellow, kind of stay in the same family though, close to each other in the color wheel. Alright, we got that one going. Now let's we'll go ahead and put some water down to start with. I think we're going to use the same colors, but let's start with some of these blues. I think that's more of a teal than a blue. You can kind of see the difference. Oh yeah, it's kind of running nicely through there. If you put down a little water first. Tilt it this way a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to bring in some of that orange. Let's go ahead and spray it again. Yeah, that makes it spread around nicely. Now this orange, where it mixes with the blue, it's going to turn kind of dark, because that's because they are opposite on the color wheel. Actually, instead of a brown, it made kind of a little bit of a, I don't know, orangish green. Now I want some more of this yellow. And that's what's fun about this kind of art journal, because it's cheap and you don't have to worry about being precious, about making things beautiful. You can just experiment and play around. You don't have to have any, you can just go with the flow, whatever comes to mind while you're sitting here playing. I guess you need kind of an idea of how you want to start, or you really don't. You can just sit down and say, all right, what am I doing now? Now I'm just kind of dabbing. All right, let's get some of this green, because we have some green that mix together, but let's intentionally add some green. Just keep going in. I love this color of yellow. It's just so bright and happy. Now it's mixing with the greens again. Okay, I want to put some of this green on this side too. So we have a little bit of all the colors everywhere. And if you're wondering what this watercolor is, I have no idea. It doesn't have a name on it. It was just bought at Amazon by a friend of mine, and she gave it to me, and I like it. Okay, let's get some more. I like this orange too. I'll put some more of that on here. Okay, I want to go back over here a minute. Put a little bit more on this side. All right, let's turn it around. Let's add some more of this teal over here. And get some of that blue. Alright, I think I might be going to leave it alone. Let's see, that got kind of wet and dark. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let this dry, and then we're going to come back. I don't think we're going to add any more watercolor, but we're going to try to do some doodling, and we might even do a little collage on here. Who knows? I might start making this a smash book instead of trying to do a certain style. All right, join me again in a few minutes for you. Okay, y'all, I am back. It's actually the next day. I let it dry overnight because I really should have put something in between it because it got wet too, and I had to let it dry. So what I'm going to try to do, this is my little art journal, as I said before. I have some paint pens and some watercolor markers here. So here's a Sharpie too. Let's play with that. And I've got this clip down because it wants to stick up on me. So I'm just kind of going to doodle around here and see if I can come up with something that I kind of like. And this Sharpie looks like it's, I don't know if it's running out of ink or if it's just because it's writing over this watercolor. But I'll use it as long as it'll let me, I guess. This is just a simple little drawing that I'm not really trying to be too fussy with. Yep, I think that this pen does not like that watercolor. These pens sometimes don't work good on cheap paper. It wants to peel up. I think I'm going to try to just use it to do a little bit in here. Yeah, it's doing okay, I guess. And let's see. This is a watercolor pen, so I'm just using whatever pen that I can reach and grab real fast. Yeah, I kind of like that. What else have I got in here? So I think I'm just going to use this pen. And if I get carried away here and don't talk too much, I will just fast forward it some for you. Now this is kind of, the first pen I used, the green one, is a Pet Artist pen. It has India ink in it. And then I'm using a watercolor pen. It kind of covers where that pen that I missed, and it also kind of blends it together a bit. And I kind of like the look of that. And actually I have this. Let's see if that does anything different. Not really, maybe a little bit. Yeah, I guess it does. It blends it out a little more. Let's see what, without putting any yellow on it, let's see what it'll look like. Does it spread? It does spread a little bit, but I do like, oh, that one's already wet, so let's go ahead and put some of this yellow in here. Okay, I like that vine. Here we go. Let's see if this is the right tip. Yeah, this one won't smear if I let it dry before I put any water or anything on it. So let's go ahead. Let's see how we want to do this one. It's a little bit older than that Sharpie was, mainly because the Sharpie was not writing too well on here. Okay. And when that dries, I might go around it with this pen so that it's it matches, you know. I didn't really come on here with a plan. I tried to plan, but I just couldn't figure out anything that suited me. So I decided to do this when I sat down. Now I think I might use some different colors. Well, I'll start, let's see. We'll use this one and this one. We'll put some blue in there and see how it goes. So it's a little different color of green, and then instead of putting yellow, I'm going to put some blue. And this pen works much better on this kind of paper. Don't have to work so hard to get it to flow. And I'm not being particular like about where the shading and all that. I'm just playing right now. So there, we got some blue in there. Like it gets darker. Alright, let's go ahead and hit with some water this, what I've already done. Okay, this one's a lot darker than the first one. Oh, I like that. Where I'm doing it without the blue, I like that too. Okay, let's go ahead and put a little more blue. I want to have some of that blue in places. That's pretty. Okay, I like that. Now, let's see if this is dry enough. Okay. Now, where is that? Let's go back in here and add some of this. now that it's pretty much dry. Okay, let's go in with our wet paintbrush again. Yeah, liking this much better. Very nice. Now it looks more like it goes together. So I know these are not, they work, but not on this kind of, they work better like on a smooth cardstock, something like that. So I'm gonna go ahead, color these in. Okay, let's do this one. And let's just put mostly blue on this one, since it looks green anyway when you put it on this. Okay, I kind of like that, but I want to bring out some of that orange, so I don't want to use any more of these markers. I want to use Posca pens if I can find them. Here we go. Okay, we have a couple of different oranges here. Maybe even use some of that red. And there's a black. So just gonna put here and there. We'll draw a few. Cute little, you know what? I think I'm gonna use that other pen because it'll be okay. It's showing up better. And I'm just kind of using it to fill in some empty spaces here. So yeah, kind of cute. Alright, so let's see if this is going to show up nice. I don't know. This one feels like it's almost empty. let's see if I have another one. This one's about the same color, and it's never been used. So let's get it worked down here. So in the meantime, this is a darker color. Let's see how it does over here. Not bad. I like that. So maybe we don't even need this one. It's not... I didn't realize I had never used this one. The paint is not wanting to work down. Oh, here it comes, finally. Let's see how different it looks. It looks very different. That's a little lighter. We'll use both of them. How's that? Okay, let's use this darker one for a minute. Sorry about my head. Gotta kind of get in there so I can see. Okay, do we have all of them? There's one right there. Okay, let's see what I'm gonna try to put some. Let's just do a white dot in the middle of these. Needs to be more in the middle. I kind of like this, y'all. Let's see what it looks like too. We'll just put a little line in between some of the leaves. All of them. Yeah, I kind of like that. But I want some of this white in here. More of it. Okay, I think I'm gonna call this one done, y'all. I like this one. This one's fun and colorful. Really do like that one. Alright, y'all. Done for today. Thanks for being here. Love y'all. Bye.